February 4th, Lil Greg birthday. I'm here with another very important person who was very important in my son's life.
Sure.
I end up getting to know him, and he's just a very important part of our village, and I'm so happy that this young man is right here next to me. I sent out a call for me to come and talk to me, help me get over this pain that I was going through, losing my son, and this young man came and said, I'm going to rock with you, Big Greg. So I'm going to let him introduce himself and let you all know how we met. Mike is yours.
Yeah, my name's Sondale, aka Sonny. How we met, and it's crazy because Chanel been my best friend since I met her. I met her my freshman year of high school.
Shout out, daughter.
My freshman year of high school, and it's crazy because I was coming to meet her, and at the time, she was coming out to your house in the burbs.
Yeah.
And, so I came out there and to see her, and that's when I met you,
Sure.
and I met Lil Greg as well.
Okay.
Around the same time, and I probably had to be all of 14, 15 years old.
I remember that now.
Yeah, it was a minute ago.
I remember that.
It was a
You know
minute
what?
ago.
Chanel and I, we were sitting in the kitchen. I got like this little high table, little kitchen table. And we were sitting there talking, and she brought up your name. And I was like, who is that? And she always say your name ever so often. You know, I'm like, oh, okay.
Yep.
Got it.
That's how it
1 plus
happened.
1
That's
is
crazy.
2.
Yep.
Definitely.
Yep, I was like 14, 15 years old.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So now, what high school did you go to? You didn't go to Brooks, did you?
I went to Brooks for a year.
Okay.
That's how I met Chanel.
Okay.
My freshman year.
Okay.
And then I went to Simeon when I left.
That's what I was about to say, because I remember Simeon, but I remember Brooks in there.
Yep, I was at Brooks my freshman year, and that's how I met her.
Yes,
Yep.
that's
and it was around that time where I met you and Greg. Yep.
Okay, yeah. And shout out to your family and your brother too, man.
Yeah, for
Definitely,
sure.
You know what I mean?
For sure, man. I appreciate that.
Yes, sir. Father figures, man. I like to use this platform of Greg's name to let the world know that black fathers are in the families and in the kids' lives. Yeah. Is there a father figure that you would like to shout out so the world could know that, there are black fathers out here in the kids' lives?
Yeah, for sure. I want to shout you out. Yeah, I'm going to do it like that. I want to shout you out.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Appreciate
for sure,
that, man.
It's a great guy right here, man. For real. Like, yeah, I'm just happy to be a part of everything. I'm happy to know you, happy to know your son. Like, it's just a great atmosphere to be in, for sure.
Appreciate that, man. I wasn't expecting that. I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah.
Man, good look, man. I definitely, I tried my best, man. And, sometimes as a father, when things don't go your way, especially the way that it went for me, you doubt yourself a lot.
Yeah.
And by, you saying what you said, and a couple of other guys came and they said the same thing, man. It really helped boost my security within myself up, because
sure.
you feel like a failure. You go through a lot of emotions, losing your child. So you always go back and think like, damn, what could I do? What could I have done? What could I have done?
Yeah.
And by you saying that, man, I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a natural thing, though, to go through something like that. That's not really something that you would expect to go through. Yeah. So at the end of the day, of course, you're going to have your own doubts as the father, but I feel like as a son figure or a figure of a son, from my perspective to you, I just feel like you deserve to hear that you are a great father figure. And that really has nothing to do with you at the end of the day. Like, you didn't do that. It's something horrible happened, and it had absolutely nothing to do with you.
Yeah, shouts out. Shouts out, Sondale. Appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure. So
on that day, man, January 28th, how did you find out about it, and what was the day like for you?
Actually, it was weird. At the time I found out, I was actually having a normal day. I was on house arrest.
Okay.
I had been on house arrest for about a year and a half, 2 years.
Okay.
I got a call, and I'm thinking it's just a normal call because it's a person I talk to every day.
Okay.
And I answered the phone, and I'm answering with like a high spirit because it's a regular part of the day to me. I just saw his face as I answered, and I just felt like something was wrong, and I didn't know what. And
what time was this call about? Afternoon, evening?
It was around afternoon. Like, it was early in the day, a little earlier than I would expect for it to get a call like that.
Yeah.
So I got a call. It was like, this and that just happened to Greg. I was like, you sure? Like, what Greg? Like, I know a lot of Gregs. He like, oh, yo, Greg. I'm like, nah, that couldn't be possible. So Marcus was in the next room.
Okay.
I went and talked to Marcus. And
so y'all at your crib?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was at my crib downtown. Okay. So I went to tell Marcus or ask him, did like you hear the same thing? Because I don't believe it. And he just like, no. So I'm kind of the one who let him know at the time. And I don't like that. Like I hate to be the one to bear bad news.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't want to be the one to tell him. I was trying to figure out if he had heard the same thing as me. And he looked and got thrown off, and he made a few calls, and that's when we found out that it was true. Wow. Yeah, and then the rest of my day, it was the opposite of how it started. Basically, I just couldn't.
And so you was on house arrest. You couldn't leave out. So you was.
I couldn't leave out. I had to deal with it in the crib, and on top of that, it was triggering as well, because I lost my little brother. Right. And many people don't know that when I lost my little brother, I found him with the police. Like I walked outside and the police like, oh.
Now wait, I thought your brother, and I'm sorry if I don't know, I thought he was killed in California. What?
I was in LA.
Oh, you was in LA. Yeah. All right, cool. All right, so what happened now?
I was in the house. Saw the police. I didn't hear anything. Then nothing felt weird. We had just got home not too long ago. It was his birthday, and he had just told me like, "Hey, I'll be right back. I'm finna go let this girl in real quick because it's like a gated community. Nobody can really get up unless you go to the gate and let them in." Okay. For the most part. Okay. I don't know where the breach came from, but he like, I'm finna go let this girl in. I'm like, cool. Shook his hand. He walked out, and then like maybe like 40 minutes later, 45 minutes, something like that. I just felt weird. I went to the door, and the police was out there at the car that he was supposed to be getting in. So I'm like, all right, my little brother. At first, I don't feel weird, but I called him and he don't answer. And I called again and he ain't answered the second time. So now I'm like, okay, that's weird. I just seen him walk out the door. So I try to walk to the car now because I know that that's the car that he's usually in. And the police like push me in my chest.
Like, don't come this way?
Yeah, I'm like, well, I told you I'm looking for my brother. Why would you be touching me, trying to keep me from getting to the car?
Right. So I think I missed something. So what made the police there come in the first place? Like
the police were there because an older lady who was in the complex heard the gunshot go off.
Got it. Okay. All right.
I didn't.
Okay.
So that's why I was thrown off. I was in his room, which is in the back of the apartment, listening to music at the time because it was his birthday. He was really like doing nothing but listening to music. And, he went out. After a while, I went out and I saw the police, and that's when I didn't get alarmed as much right then because, like I said, I ain't hear nothing. I tried to call him twice. After that second call, I felt weird. And then when I tried to walk to the car, he pushed me back. I'm like, okay, why you touching me? Because I'm trying to get to the car, make sure my brother, like, where's my brother? It's his birthday. I'm trying to make sure he's good. They like, well, is your friend drunk? I was like, I told you it's my brother. I'm not looking for my friend. And my brother was drinking, but he's not drunk to the point where he should be unresponsive or like if he in that car, something wrong because I don't see him. Long story short, it was like a crack in the front window, like maybe this much. They stuck something in there, unlocked the door, popped the back door open, and he was just laying there. And I was calling him, like calling his name, like trying to get him to move. And he wouldn't move at all. So by that time, he was gone already.
No, I'm so sorry, bro.
Yeah.
And thank you for sharing that with the world, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you want to shout out his name?
Yeah, shout out Saeed Ivy, man. Long live my little brother, man.
Yes, sir.
My blood little brother, yes, Saeed Ivy.
Got the hoopers in the house.
Yeah, for Nao, man. Pay is not an option.
I heard that. Yeah. What is that? What you say? Fineo? Is that the song? Because I was with you. We was at Chanel house. You was playing me your songs, right?
Yeah. See, I got it right now.
Oh, okay. Yes, sir.
Fineo.
Yes, sir.
It's not an option. That's something we've been living by for a long time. My little brother actually made it a thing. Like it's a lot of people say it or try to go by it. But my little brother really made it a thing in the city. And he made it big. And when he passed, it became even bigger. And I just wanted to hold on to it and, keep it going.
I like that. Yeah. Represent. Definitely.
Yeah, sure.
All right, last question for you. Something that you would like the world to know about Lil Greg that they probably don't know. A story or something, just a feeling that you want to share to let the world know what kind of man this brother was.
Lil Greg, to me, he was like a ball of energy. Like, I just love being around him. It's easy to laugh, easy to have fun, easy to enjoy yourself. Like, he was just always his natural self, and that's what I appreciated about him. Because most of the time in this world, like, people try to create personas, or they try to act as though the next, like, basically they try to act in a way to get the next person to perceive them to be certain ways instead of just being themselves. Or they one way in front of you and a different way behind you. And Greg was just always Greg. Always Greg. Like, since we was kids to the last second, you just always been a genuine person. And I love that about him, and I appreciated it.
Man, Sondale, you hit that on the head.
Yeah.
So when Greg stopped like hooping and he started hanging out in the streets more, and he started hanging out with this group of friends, I didn't care for that, right? I was not happy. I wanted him to stay in the basketball world, right? Not in the street world, right?
Yeah.
And we had stopped talking for a minute, right? Because he was doing something. He wasn't trying to hear what I was saying, right?
Yeah.
Then I got to know these friends. And one thing that I appreciated about those friends is they never, like, Greg never changed. Like, even though he started hanging in the street, he was still just him.
Yeah.
And they accepted him for just him. He was still just being cool, chilling, smoking, girls, you know what I'm saying? He was just him. He was just cool. And you hit that on the head when you said that. And that's what made me really like, oh man, these guys really love Greg. They're not really trying to change who he was. They accepted him exactly. They didn't try to force him to do anything he didn't want to do. He was just
for sure.
Greg.
He reminds me a lot of myself, because I know people from different walks of life, like professional athletes. I know people who work regular jobs. I know people who might be in the streets a little more than others. But the thing is, I always remain me, and that's why they love me so much. Because I don't try to cross over into the next person's lane. I just want to be me. I just want to see people smile, see people happy. Create a good energy, because like I said, the finale thing, like, fair is not an option. For me to say that I live by that and then not be that person, I feel like then I'm relying, or I'm just saying anything. So I really stand on that, and to see that in him, I really appreciated it, and it made me respect him a lot, and it made me just gravitate towards him as well.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Failure is not an option.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks for coming out and hang out with me. Daddy's Podcast.
I appreciate you for having me.
Daddy, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Peace.